This is a video of me making a figure of Marvel Rivals Spider-Man. Alright, this is the actual figure from the render. Now I just have to splice it so it can actually fit into my thing the correct size. Also because I don't want to have huge support brackets going all the way up, because that'll be annoying. Now that I've done that, I just gotta separate the pieces and make them like fit correctly. Put the support beams and boom. Now it's time to save the file and actually go put it into the printer. Now with the file in the printer, it's time to start printing. First, you gotta apply the glue, get the filament. I got white filament because, you know, it's way easier to paint that. Now it's time to start printing, but sadly, I messed up a couple times. This was actually it starting to work here. Alright, here's some progress videos of just like, you know, showing off how farther it got, because obviously I just like suck at printing apparently. It took me 3 tries to get it right. This is where it got like around 70% done. No, actually it was 90% done. So you can see the figure is basically almost complete. But the sad thing was the figure ended up breaking and I had to start over again. I had to print the head and the legs separately. But to do that, I had to get an entirely new roll because of course I ran out right when I was right there to being finished. All right, here's a little time skip of me actually like, you know, almost done with the printing of the legs, and the head was already finished, so I just pried it off mid print. I know you shouldn't do that, but like I didn't care. I just wanted the hot glue and see what it looked like. It took around 4 hours and 30 minutes for the legs, the top half of the thighs and the crotch area and the head to finish printing. Here's what the figure actually looks like, pure white put together, you know, hot glued. There's a little roundabout. As you can see, like I still needed to sand it a little bit. There's still some seams in the middle, but you know, it's fine. It lost some fingers, but I ended up hot gluing the fingers on, so it's fine. Now finally it was time to start painting, which obviously I grabbed my normal paints that you could get at Walmart, the standard ones, the Apple, whatever the fuck. I got those, started painting. Obviously I wanted it to look very vibrant. Got the blues and all that, the bright blue, bright red. And here's what it looks like. It was just me coating the entire first layer with blue until like it actually ended up being all flat with blue. Just all the areas. I didn't really care if I stayed in the lines right here because this was the first layer. After that I ended up getting like some shadow and some lighting in there with some light blue and dry brushing it. So if you don't know what dry brushing is, it's just basically grabbing the brush, spamming it on top of the paper, whatever you're on, until like there's hardly any paint on it, and doing that all over the body. You can see me doing it here. I'll just leave the footage going here because obviously I need to get to 8 minutes somehow. All right, now with the dry brushing finished, I decided to do this off camera, but I added some shadow to like, you know, all the areas that need shadow. I had a reference image of the actual character, like, you know, Spider-Man from the game right in front of me. I didn't show it because I don't think it mattered. Also, my table isn't that messy. I know it like looks weird. I'm just using a foam piece, which I'll show you guys the foam piece later of what like type of foam I'm using. All right, this is the top half of the body showing off like, you know, all the blue areas. I'm showing most of this footage because the other stuff I didn't really take that much footage of because I needed to lock in, make sure I could like get in the lines. And whenever I paint a figure, the figure's always right up to my chest. Not because I have bad vision, but because I just need to make sure I'm doing it perfectly. Now onto the red. I had to add around like 4 layers of red to get rid of the like overlaying blue. I know like I wouldn't have had to do that if I just didn't overlayer it, but like I just wanted to quickly like put the blue on there and not worry about it, so that's what I did. And the red wasn't that much. If I'm being honest, it was like 3 lit hands over, which either way you probably would have had to do. Actually, I do have some footage here of me actually painting it all red. So here you guys can see me just struggling with the red there. Now with the red fully covering everything, basically all the areas that need to be red. This part I have to do off camera because it was like, once again, I had to do it really detailed. I just grabbed some red mixed with like a pinch of black to get a darker red and just ended up putting the shadow areas that needed shadow. There's a little roundabout. As you can see the spider on the back. I wasn't too worried about making that spider look good because I just needed to cover it so that then I could cover it with the black area. The black I just have no footage of basically besides when I was finished with it. All right, this is the black paint I used. This is the same thing I meant, like the apple barrel one. I basically just spam apple barrel. All right, here's the actual finished like painting of the like spider and the dark areas on him. I do show the webs after, but here's a little like a roundabout. As you can see, my lines weren't perfectly because they're perfect on the back because like you were never gonna see the back part. Realistically, you're never gonna see it on top of my shelf. But either way, I think it came out nice here. All right, here's me with the figure with all the black painted, the white eyes painted, and the legs and everything painted. Now it was just time for the hardest part, which was the actual webbing. This is the actual finished Spider-Man with all the webbing on him. This did take me a little bit because, as you can see, it's not perfect because it's extremely hard to do the webbing on a 3D figure. It's not the same as doing it on a paper, which it hit me once I started doing it. I know it seems obvious, but you know, I didn't think that far ahead. I think it came out great. Now it was time to like do the base, but before I did the base, I was gonna watch some Blue Exorcist and eat some chips. All right, now here's the foam I used. It's the what is it called, XPS foam. You could get this at Home Depot. I think like a small piece of like, what was it, 12 by 12 piece is like $10 or something like that, not even like $5. So it's pretty cheap actually, and it's really good for bases. I saw this from what's his name, Kazuma Collectibles. He uses this, or somebody like that uses this type of foam. Most people do actually, but if you're trying to make your own dioramas, I recommend this. That flashing, don't worry, that's just, you know, that's Blue Exorcist. Don't worry about that. I watched the anime while I was, you know, building this. I always do that whenever I'm watching, like building a piece. I always like to watch a show. All right, now that I was happy with the actual base, all I had to do was just chop it to pieces. Or what am I saying? Now that I've chopped it to pieces, I have to just paint it all black. It's literally just a hassle because I just have my black there and I'm just covering it with black. But I'll let you guys watch all of this because, you know, why not? All right, now with it fully coated in black, as you can see here, all the sides besides the bottom. I don't care about the bottom. Once again, you're never gonna see it. If it's you're making this one and you think you should make the bottom black perfectly, then that's up to you. I don't care. I think it's good enough. Now I was just dry brushing it here to make it look better. Well, to add some more detail to it, to make it actually look like somewhat like concrete. I was debating on what I should do for the base, but I ended up settling with like what I wanted, which you guys will see here in a second. Right now, this is just the standard, you know, gray over it. I was happy with it. It's nothing crazy. It's just simple. It's just, they look concrete with just different shades of black over it. Now, this is what I actually wanted to do. I just pour hot glue over it right here, as you can see. Just put it in a circle motion to get it to look like, you know, a puddle. And then I just simply put a symbiote piece I put there. The symbiote piece I just made before video recording. But I do have a bigger piece here that I do actually somewhat show. I think, see, it's just a bunch of wire, like, you know, mixed together. You can use craft wire, that's the best one, but I just ended up using a welding wire. My dad's not going to be happy about that one. I just straight up stole his wire. And then I doused it with hot glue, and to make it stay, I just doused the floor with hot glue. And it was basically just hot glue all over, and this is what it looks like after. Like, this is the finished product technically. And I realized I kind of wanted to have the symbiote boost, so I tried making shoulder pads like this, and it didn't work, so I ended up just pouring hot glue in his shoulder, added some like thin wire there to like cover that with, and added like lifting up to make it look better. I think it turned out great, but here's the finished product. Alright, let me know what you guys think. I really enjoyed making this video. I really love my figure. Let me know what other Marvel Rival characters I should make, and if I don't really like any of them, we'll see. I'll probably still make it if it's requested enough. But let me know if you guys want me to make any other figure. I do plan on making a solo leveling one in honor of, like, you know, the last few episodes, because that is going to be hype. But besides that, I hope you guys have a great day, and if you enjoyed this video and you learned anything, please like and subscribe.